What is your craziest surprise orgasm moment?
Like and subscribe, or else these'll be in your bed tonight.
When I first started taking Strattera, a type of ADHD medication, it had some side effects that I was not prepared for. The first time I went to rub one out while on it, I started to blow my load without the feeling of orgasm. Just nothing but a mess. A little disturbed, and more than a little disappointed. I cleaned up, and pulled my pants back up. Then a few seconds later the orgasm hit me, and I was not prepared. I had no idea that ejaculation and the sensation of orgasm could occur separately. Fortunately things got back in sync after some time. My pull-out game was straight duck there for a while though. Erection, orgasm, and ejaculation are actually all completely separate processes and can happen independently or in any combination. The book Bank by Mary Roach, a very funny but informative book about sex and the history of sex research, has an interesting anecdote about a guy who would orgasm without erection or ejaculation every time he pooped. The night we got together, my boyfriend was rubbing the bottom of my ass, where cheek meets thigh, and I came. It was literally out of nowhere and shocked the hell out me. I still don't think he believes me, but why would I fake it? To be fair, I hadn't had sex for 3 years prior to that night, so that might have something to do with it. That's actually my wife's favorite massage spot. Physical therapy, ab machine, doing crunches. Had an orgasm right there and learned that orgasms are 100% a thing and are quite embarrassing. Oh my god, I love those. It helps that I work out at home, in my basement. I can see where it might get awkward during part. Can you tell me more about this? I want one. Absolutely. Basements are floors of a home that are built below ground level. They're pretty cool. Was writing a test and I realized I missed a 25-mark question. When they said 5 minutes left, I went cold with fear, that spine-chilling fear that went straight to my JJ. Had an orgasm, but my friends didn't believe me, but I was vindicated when I found out fear could cause an orgasm. I dated a girl that had this very badly, like something was cross-wired, and she would get horny and orgasm from shock, stress, and fear. First time I met her we were all over at a friend's house watching the original Scream on VHS. Before Drew Barrymore died in the opening scene, this girl jumps up and runs to the bathroom. All the friends that knew her started chuckling, and I was like WTF. So they explained it to me. She was insanely cute, so I started flirting with her, and we ended up as an item for a year. Just jumping out from behind a door and going boo would be enough for her to yank me into a closet. We broke up because I moved away for school. Miss her crazy face. I was on a drug to help me pass kidney stones. I'm rubbing one out and orgasm, and nothing. It was like the scene from There's Something About Mary. I'm looking around, where did it go? I felt it, but nothing came out. That's when I learned about retrograde ejaculation. The drug loosened my plumbing up enough that I shot a load into my bladder instead. I pissed it out an hour later mixed with urine. Wow. Till today I wish I didn't learn. Back in college I was getting ready for class, but couldn't find any clean underwear, so I put on some stretchy lycra shorts under my jeans. Well, that was a dumb idea, because the lycra fabric was giving me a boner as I walked to my first class. After that class ended I went to get something to eat and walked to my next class on the other side of campus and wound up blowing my load just before I got to the building my class was in. The worst part was I was hiding my boner by pinning down my dick in the waistband of my jeans and got cum on both the jeans and shirt I was wearing. First time I came not from myself. Aka my BF did all the work. He fingered me to completion, and it was a pretty good orgasm. I half sat up, was just recovering from it. He pushed me down and just went for it again. It went from wait what to oh my god super strong orgasm in 5 seconds flat. I still have no idea what happened. Bonus level. I was taking a diet pill called Oxy Elite Pro that was banned for causing kidney failure, but was amazing for helping me make weight while I was in the army. I was granted leave to go to a gigantic lesbian beach weekend in South Beach and naturally was working out like crazy to have the perfect beach bod. I woke up early, got to the gym 3 hours before work, figuring I'd work out 2 hours and shower and find breakfast with my last hour. I took my Oxyolite, hopped on a bike, and proceeded to bike my ducking legs off. I was possessed by an arxia-like demon, and to this day, have never had as intensive a workout. At hours 2 and 45 minutes, after biking furiously without stopping, my legs gave out, and I had a massive, quivering, heaving orgasm in the seat of the bike of military gym, where squadrons were running around doing PT. Edit. Holy crap. I never thought me soiling my PT shorts would be so popular. For those asking, the party was two happening the same weekend. Sweet/Aquajarel and South Beach. It's pretty fun. If you are also a lesbian, check it out. If you are a man, you will not be admitted. I will not quit my post until properly relieved. A friend of mine was running a Spartan race or one similar, and said there was an electric field set up, and when she ran through that, she came almost instantly. Electric sex. The first time I tried edging, I did that for a long time, rubbing it in front of a camming with multiple people. On Omegle, or was it the other one? I stood up to stretch and came so hard I almost fell unconscious. I actually managed to come all over my table and keyboard. God bless America. Not my story, but a friend's who is a nurse. Young lady needs to have a catheter put in. She's tall, blonde, good looking. They're struggling to get it in because she's tightening up her muscles so much, having to have one person pulling apart her legs and another trying to get the catheter in. Anyways, after hours of struggling, they finally get it in. Couple days later, the nurse is at Starbucks and is having coffee with her friend. Over her shoulder, she hears two girls chit-chatting and catches some of their conversation. One of the girls is talking about how she had a catheter put in the other day, but that she orgasmed 3 times while they were trying to put it in, and it was the most awkward experience ever. Nursing friend turns around, and lo and behold, it's the girl from the other day. Small orgasm. 15 or 16 years old, riding a motorbike around the back of our property, ducked something up, and found myself heading for a tree. Thankfully managed to steer myself back on course in the nick of time. Realized that in the space of those few seconds I became so tense that a little bit of cum came out. What a time it is to be alive. Making out with boyfriend while naked. Dog bursts through door at a sprint. I jump up and ejaculate from fear. Basically, if I were a squid, I inked. Or what you guys made me ink. Was 17 and had been having sex with my boyfriend for about a year. Had my first orgasm while just riding him like always. Backseat of his car, completely unexpected and by surprise. It was the first time I realized what an orgasm is supposed to feel like. I had had ones from clitoral stimulation, but this was different. Why are I different? He got mad because obviously I had been faking it the whole time. It was very difficult to explain to him that sex can feel good without having an orgasm. Vaginal orgasms feel different than clitoral ones. I must have one. Clit orgasms are wonderful, but G-spot orgasms inside the vag, holy guacamole, it's a life-changing experience. Stimulate the clit and the G-spot are the same. If you want to truly understand what an orgasm feels like. Not me, but mine also. We were 18 in college, and it was our first time hooking up. We weren't dating yet, had just met a couple weeks ago, and both wanted to duck. He told me he had been having consistent sex since age 13, lasted a long time, was super experienced, had already fucked 22 girls, all the girls orgasmed with him, etc. Needless to say, I was pretty eager to see if he was really all that. He arrived at my dorm, grabbed me, and started intensely making out with me. We move to the bed and get naked. He grabs his stick to put it in, and before he can even do that, insta comes on my thigh / his hand / the bed. He freezes, sits back on his heels, and wordlessly stares at his stick in his hand. An uncomfortable 10 seconds later, I choke down the urge to laugh and ask, "What happened? Are you done already?" He looks back at me red with embarrassment and says, "No, I'm not done." He gets hard again, and we actually duck for a good 8 to 10 minutes or so. We are married now. Finally, a story I can tell. I have a tendency to sit on this rather hard chair at work when I'm on the till. I sit in such a position that it makes my nethers go numb and dead to all feeling, so I don't always realize it, like your arm or your leg would. Anyway, one day a customer comes up to me to buy something, and I have to stand up, of course. You know that tingly feeling you get when you're trying to get your leg to wake up? Imagine that, but within the vicinity of your genitals. It's not as nice as it sounds, but my body didn't care. I stared this guy in the face and cried oh. But I passed it off as pain, and hopefully not pleasure, and carried on with my duty feeling quite embarrassed. I hate every person in this thread. Brush against your thigh, orgasm. Poop, orgasm. Doing crunches, orgasm. Meanwhile I'm over here with my 30-minute ritual of finding good porn, not finding anything good, settle for something mediocre, then spending the next 10 minutes furiously beating it until I get a half-ass so then hate myself afterward. I'm jealous.